There are three types of light bulbs widely available on the market at the moment. They are LED, CFL, and incandescent light bulbs. I will be comparing the short and long-term economic impact of the light bulbs. Many people believe that the LED light bulb will be cheaper in the long run because of its efficiency. I propose that the CFL light bulb will be cheaper in a long-term analysis, and I will demonstrate this using fundamental economic methods. This analysis is important because of the following reasons. The information is important for and intended for homeowners that live in a household in Arizona. The reason being is because lighting accounts for 13% of all residential electrical consumption. So the economic impact on a household is important and it should be considered. Before a proper comparison can be made, the criteria and assumptions made in the analysis must first be understood. The standard to which the LED and CFL light bulbs were compared to was the 60 watt and 75 watt incandescent light bulb, so the incandescent light bulb was used as a standard and a basis for the comparison. Also, the average rate for SRP and APS was used, and that rate was found to be 11 cents per kilowatt hour. In the analysis, the initial cost for the light bulbs were prices found at Home Depot, and the light bulb used for CFL, LED, and incandescent light bulbs were all Philips brand light bulbs. It was found that the average amount of time that somebody lives in their home is 12 years. That was used as the time period for the analysis. The assumptions that were made was that the light bulb was used at least 3 hours a day for 365 days a year. Also, a hypothetical inflation rate of 4% was assumed. Knowing the criteria and assumptions, the analysis can now be carried out. The data that was used for the analysis for the 60 watt and equivalent light bulbs is illustrated in the table. It is important to note that for the CFL, the 60 watt equivalent is 800 lumens, the LED is actually 830 lumens, and incandescent is 860 lumens. And also you can see that the watts for CFL are 14, LED are 11, and incandescent is 60. Those are the equivalent to each other. Also, below wattage is the price, the initial cost at Home Depot for each light bulb, which for CFL is $7.97, LED is $24.97, and incandescent is 49 cents. So also the cost per year for each light bulb for CFL was $193, LED $132, incandescent $723, and also another important factor was the lifetime of the light bulb, how long the light bulb actually lasts. So CFL was 7.3 years, LED 22.8 years, and incandescent 1.4 years. Just a reminder, the period for which the analysis is being taken is for 12 years. All these factors that I just mentioned will be used in the analysis. This slide is basically the same as the previous slide. The only difference is that this slide contains the information for the 75 watt incandescent light bulb and its equivalent CFL and LED. All the information stated there again is the same as the last one and was used in the analysis to compare the different light bulbs. There's the cash flow diagram for the 60 watt and equivalent LED and CFL light bulbs. In red is the incandescent light bulb, in green is the CFL, and in purple is the LED. The thing that the cash flow diagram does nicely is that it illustrates the cost over time. So basically what's illustrated here is the cost of each light bulb over a 12-year period that includes some of the factors that I mentioned earlier, such as rates and the cost to replace the light bulb for its replacement period. Observe that the LED light bulb is not replaced during that 12-year period because its life expectancy is a lot higher. So the initial cost is only factored in once. So over time, all the factors add to the initial cost of the light bulb, and as can be seen, CFL would be the best choice for that 12-year period. To further the analysis, the figure in the slide represents the cumulative total cost for each type of bulb over 12 years. The replacement cost was accounted for by converting the replacement cost into additional annual payments, assuming a 4% inflation cost. Also, the equation that was used was the one also shown on the slide, where A is additional annual payment, F is replacement cost, I is average inflation rate per year, and N is number of years between replacements. Before moving on, it is important to describe what present value and effective discount rate is and how they're related. In this case, the light bulb will be evaluated using concepts of time value of money. All future cash flows are estimated and discounted to give their present values, so basically, how much money would have to be invested currently at a given rate of return to yield the cash flow in the future. Okay. Now, this graph illustrates the 12-year present value versus the annual effective discount rate. It can be seen that the most cost-efficient light bulb is the CFL light bulb for all annual discount rates of 0.5% to 0.7%. The net present value of CFL and LED are really similar, but the net present value for CFL is lower because of the smaller initial cost for the CFL light bulb. A greater range of annual discount rates was also analyzed in this 12-year present value versus annual effective discount rate for the 60-watt and equivalent light bulb. This chart also illustrates that CFL is the most cost efficient, adding evidence that CFL would be the best choice. What this graph also illustrates is that after a net present value of 22%, the incandescent light bulb becomes more attractive than that of the LED light bulb. For the 75-watt and equivalent LED and CFL light bulbs, the results were really similar to the 60-watt light bulb cash flow diagram. Again, the CFL light bulb would make the wisest decision economically speaking because of the high initial cost of the LED light bulb. The only real difference between the 60-watt equivalent and 75-watt equivalent light bulb cost analysis is that unlike the 60-watt net present value analysis, the LED light bulbs do not perform comparably to the CFLs at this wattage. Based on the analysis for the 60-watt and 75-watt equivalent light bulbs, the proposition that CFL light bulbs would be the most effective option proves true. LED are more energy efficient than CFL, but the main downfall is the initial cost of the LED light bulb. So I recommend that compact fluorescent light bulbs are the most practical choice for homeowners in Arizona. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen to this presentation.